Innovators invest heavily in experiential capital.
And what is it? Well, experiential capital is simply cumulative experience.
The more experience I build up in trying new ideas, the more experiential capital I build up. And the more experiential capital I build up, the better positioned I am to deal with this fast-paced future.
What innovators do is they go out and they try a number of small-scale projects simply to build up their capabilities.
How do you deal with the fact that there's so many things which are occurring which can impact you? There's so many ideas out there. There's so many new fast ideas which are emerging, resulting in new opportunities to do something different.
There's so much going on. There's so much going on so fast. It's absolutely mind-boggling in the scope, and all of us can sit back and go, my God, where do I start?
The challenge with innovation is organizations, they sit back and say, well, what's the magic formula? What do we need to do to get through this innovation challenge? And what we need to do is we need to get in and get our feet wet and begin working with this stuff.
We're going to start to continue to work with a number of small-scale projects to beef up our experience, and we're going to learn to scale that experience.
We might not get it right the first time. We might fail. We might try a dozen things and one of them will work. But of those dozen things, we have taken a dozen project teams or a dozen people or a dozen regions, and we have built up their experience.
And the more they develop experience in areas in which they don't know anything, the more experience they build up. The more experience they build up, the more experiential capital they build up. The more experiential capital they build up, the better positioned they are to deal with the future.
Organizations in the 21st century will succeed through the depth of their financial capital, but they will succeed as well in terms of how much experiential capital they build up. The more we build up experience throughout the organization, the deeper our well of experiential capital. The more experiential capital that we have, the better positioned we are to deal with fast-paced change in the future.
You have to think that what will take you forward in the future will be your available financial capital, but also the accumulated experience that you build up.
Investing in experiential capital, making the conscious decision to invest in experiential capital is one of the most important things that you can do.